everyone, it's the 10-Minute Gamer. Today I'm checking out Comic Jumper from Twisted Pixel Games. Released in October of 2010, it's a side-scroller beat-em-up game available on Xbox Live Arcade. So, you know the drill. I'll play the game for 10 minutes, the timer starts from the moment I can actually play the game. Opening cinematics don't count against the timer, but in-game cinematics do. I'll be tossing out points for controls, gameplay, fun factor, presentation, and whether or not I want to keep playing the game once my 10 minutes is up. In the end, I'll tally up all the points and let you know if the game is mint or if it's in poor condition. Let's go! You'll be playing as Captain Smiley and his attached sidekick, Star. In this first level, we've been called by Gerda, who has informed us that the bank is being robbed. When we arrive, we find out that Dr. Winklemeyer has lured us into a trap and that the bank is set to explode. We begin playing shortly after Star informs Captain Smiley that he has a level 50 epic quest tonight and to get this show on the road. The controls are simple and functional. You start out as a side-scrolling brawler where you'll be punching and kicking bad guys every which way. Shortly afterwards, you'll exchange your beat-em-up skill for some guns, using the right stick to aim and the right trigger to shoot. Everything feels right and works very well. Only in the jumping do the controls ever seem off, making the character feel overly heavy. There's no air steering, so once you're up and headed in a direction, you'll keep going until you land. Still, pretty solid, and this section gets a well-deserving 1.5 points. The gameplay, now that gets pretty repetitive and it's pretty fast. First part where you're brawling is fine and it's just long enough. But the part afterwards, ugh. Run, jump, shoot, jump, run, shoot, jump, shoot, run, jump, shoot, run, shoot, jump, run, shoot, jump, run, shoot, jump, run, shoot, jump, run. There's a few changes in some quick time events, but it's not enough to add any variety. The game's a bit rough on you and difficult too, and I actually think that this adds to the section score. So I'm going to give a 1 for gameplay. The game definitely has some issues, again due mostly to the repetition. Luckily, the little quips and dialogue from the characters is pretty humorous, and adds to the fun factor. The brawling aspects of the game is really enjoyable, and I would have liked to see that highlighted more than the shooter parts. Still, the game's not a downer in any way, but it's not a laugh riot either. I'll be adding 1 more point to the final score for this section. Presentation-wise, there's a lot of good here. The only thing lacking is the soundtrack. I didn't really hear anything all that great during the 10 minutes I was playing. However, the graphics are stylized and very comic book-like. I like that the story is told in panels, and that really pulls you into the comic book. Sound is where the game shines overall, though. The voice acting is superb and humorous. It's a bit corny at times, sure, but I think that just adds to the atmosphere. They did pretty much everything right in this section, and I'll add another 1.5 points for a nearly perfect presentation. Finally, do I want to keep playing? I really do. I think the game deserves it, despite the repetitive gunplay. I'm hooked on the story simply from the humor and how well fleshed out the characters are. I feel invested, and I would like to see how everything turns out. I also never got to the actual parts where the game gets its name from, jumping between comics. I feel like the idea alone is good enough to keep me playing. So, 2 points added here to round out the final score. Alright, so let's tally it all up. Simple, functional, and pretty solid controls, 1.5 points. Repetitive gameplay, but the difficulty makes up for the lack of variety, 1 point. A fun 10 minutes that would have been more fun had there been less run and gun, 1 point for fun factor. Music is the only thing lacking in what otherwise is a great presentation, 1.5 points. And I really like to keep playing the game, 2 points. So, Comic Jumper gets a 7 out of 10, and is definitely worth a look. So, in closing, if you're in the market for an inexpensive and enjoyable side-scroller, check Comic Jumper out. It's currently $10, but at least worth a free look on the Xbox Live Arcade. Until next time, this is 10 Minute Gamer, signing off. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the 10 Minute Gamer website at 10minutegamer.com.